Good afternoon. My name is Marlon. I'm the owner of the Protocol for You. The next reason you might be struggling with weight loss is your personal attitude. I'm going to take my time and go real slow here. I want you to think about a time when you achieved something. Maybe you wanted to go to college, but you never got your high school diploma or your GED. And of course, before even going to college, that's a requirement. So you buckled down, you studied 6 or 8 weeks, and you took your GED exam and passed. Or maybe you were already in high school and it wasn't looking all that good in regards to graduating with everybody else in the 12th grade. But January is here. Your mom and dad or whoever your loved ones were had a discussion with your guidance counselor. They say, Jenny can still graduate in June with everybody if she'll just buckle down and do X, Y, and Z. And from between January and June, or let's say between January and May, you've become and did what you could not achieve in the last 3 years in high school. You buckled down. The D's and the F's turned into B's, C pluses. The focus, the bad grades, the phone calls home from the school to your house, they went away. You see, in that 5-month period of time that you made it your priority to graduate high school, you became the person that you need to become to graduate high school. I want to say this right now, and I mean no shame or condemnation. Let me tell you something about you, the listener, whoever you are. If you find yourself in unflattering shape, barring these two conditions, if you find yourself in poor shape because you had an accident, you injured your back, you fell down some stairs, you got hit by a car, you had a stroke, something catastrophic happened to you, and you were in pretty good shape before, then this doesn't apply to you. But now, for those of you who are listening, again, I'm going to say again, with no shame or condemnation, if you find yourself in unflattering shape, you're unflatteringly large amounts of body fat, you're just in poor health, let me tell you something about you that I don't need to see you to know. If you find yourself in that condition, let me tell you about your environment. Your friends, without fail, are in the same condition. And the reason they're in the same condition is that their view of physical fitness, health and wellness is exactly what your view is. Their attitude is what your attitude is. And the attitude means everything. The condition you are in now, barring some kind of injury or sickness, is reflective of the attitude you hold about how you feel, how you perform, and how you look. Again, no shame or condemnation meant by that. But what am I getting at? Many of you listening have tried to exercise. You've dieted. You've done many, many things. You tried it for many years. But here's what you might not be aware of. The approach that you take to improving yourself has everything to do with how much you can improve. You ever see someone who wants to learn to swim, and they've been wanting to learn to swim for 6 months, but they're hanging out in the 3-foot end of the pool. You must understand that no matter how small you are, except for small little children, you cannot swim in the 3-foot end of the pool. You have to launch out into the deep water, and launching out into the deep water is going to make you, the person who wants to learn how to swim, uncomfortable. And here's the next point. Until you are willing to become uncomfortable, you cannot change. So when you tell me, or anyone in my world that understands the psychology associated with fitness success, that you have been walking by yourself for a year and you're still 150 pounds, have 150 pounds to lose? No. You have been walking by yourself for a year. But guess what? You still brought the same mindset that got you in the condition that you're in to the dance. Understand, if you find yourself in poor condition right now, again, no shame or condemnation, your mindset, again, barring an accident, tragic illness, if that's not the reason that you find yourself in this condition, your attitude about this needs to change. And your attitude is being generated by you, and it is being reinforced by the people you are spending time with and breaking bread with. What am I saying? Divorce your friends? That's not what I'm saying. I'm speaking to you first and foremost. I led with graduating high school. It didn't look good, and you became the person that you need to become to graduate on time with your diploma with your friends. Your attitude about health and wellness and fitness must change. If you think your attitude that you have that has you in the poor condition you're in right now will help you succeed, you are dead wrong. See, you don't know me, I don't know you, so I don't need to sugarcoat it for you. Think about what I'm saying. Many of you who are listening, every January comes around, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, and you start. And many of you are continuing, but you're not going anywhere. You see, because you don't want to become uncomfortable. And let me say this very clearly. When I coach corporate executives, when I coach business owners, they're used to being in charge of everything and telling everybody what to do. I say, listen, you know how to run a Fortune 500 business, but this right here, if I can't lead this cat, I can't drive. It's because you don't know how to do this. That's why I'm here. I'm telling you, the viewer right now, your attitude, if you find yourself in poor condition, is the main problem. You're having a problem. So if you will change your attitude, if you will admit that, guess what? You need to follow on this endeavor, not lead. You need to follow on this endeavor and follow people and persons who know and who are going to require you to step up. That's right. You see, you can't learn to swim in the 3-foot end of the pool if you're an adult, ever. You learn to swim after getting in the 3-foot end of the pool, getting decently comfortable, sitting down in the 3-foot end of the pool, standing up and realizing if you fall in the water, you can stand up, you won't drown. And at some point, you will move into the deeper end of the pool. By going into the deeper end of the pool, you will become uncomfortable because you can't swim. The principle is this in the Marine Corps. Your success, the difference between Marines and soldiers, the difference between Marines and everybody. Most Marines are not smart or not smarter than most people. They're just regular guys. But what they are willing to do, they are willing to experience levels of discomfort that most people will not experience. Most people, when it becomes uncomfortable, not hard, but uncomfortable, this is when you drop out. This conversation, for many of you listening, you might have signed off already. That's unfortunate. But until you can become uncomfortable in the pursuit of accomplishment, that's the only way you succeed. That's the only way. So your attitude, if you have been bringing the attitude that I'm just going to do this right here because I don't want to look bad, I don't want to be challenged, you must fix that attitude for you to succeed this year. This year, there will not be a new supplement. There will not be a new diet. What has to happen for you, there must be a new attitude. Please, guys, download my free book, The 10 Reasons Why You're Struggling with Weight Loss. Click on the link below in the description of this video. Love you.